and the winner of the annual district robotics competition is winning for the 3rd time in a row. Mia!
The entire crowd went wild and began chanting my name, but as I looked down at the faces of thousands of people around me, I felt sad and alone.
You may call your parents on stage for a picture.
Nope, they're not here. It's just me.
Hello everyone, I'm Mia from New Orleans, and this is my crazy story. My life wasn't always like this, you know. Lonely. We used to be a proper family. Mom, Dad, and me. Mom was always busy because she was a top neurosurgeon in the country, but I had a stay-at-home dad who was the best friend a girl could ask for.
Prepare to fight! On guard!
Ha! You dare challenge me? Mia of Dragon Tower. Prepare to fall.
Unfortunately, Mom never had a minute to spare us, no matter how hard I tried to get her attention, and it really bummed me out.
Mom, look! We're having a sword fight. Play with us.
Mia, I just had a long shift at the hospital. I have no time to play pretend.
But it's like that stopped me from trying. One time I was 8. We went to the pool during the holidays. I was thrilled to finally get to spend time with her. But of course, as soon as we got to the pool, she was on the phone again.
Mom! Look how high I can go.
Of course, I landed safely in the water and some people near clapped for me. But when I looked over, my parents were having a fight. They didn't even see me. Talk about invisible. After that, I pretty much gave up and I got used to my life. That is, until the night of my 14th birthday. The night everything changed. I came home after spending the day at the mall with some classmates to find my parents screaming at each other. Technically, it wasn't anything new, but that day, it was different. I felt it in my bones. So I stayed in my room and listened as their voices got louder and louder, until suddenly, it stopped. After a short while, my dad came to my room.
Mia, my darling, I'm sorry.
For what? What do you mean?
I am sorry.
My dad just walked out of my room, got in his car, and left. And that was the last time I saw him. I cried myself to sleep for weeks, but life had to go on. At first, it was super awkward and weird between Mom and me, but we became comfortable in our silence. At dinner, I watched film while Mom prepped for her next surgery.
So how was school?
Good? Work?
Great, please pass the salt.
But sometimes I couldn't help but wonder what would it feel like to have a normal relationship with Mom. But luckily, there was one place I felt. School. Yup, I'm a nerd. But hold up, I wasn't your regular boring nerd. I was a popular nerd. Heck, I was popular because I was a nerd. Though I guess being one of the prettiest girls in school helped. The teachers loved me, and all the students wanted to be like me. I loved getting compliments from my teachers. It was my bread and butter. I had tutored so many people without not breaking a sweat, but one day I was asked to tutor someone who freaked me out.
Hey Mia, can you step into my office for a second?
Sure. What's up, Mr. Smith?
We need your help. You know Colin over there? He's our star quarterback. And it has come to our notice that he needs to up his grades in chemistry or lose his varsity scholarship, which would be terrible for our school. He's the first to ever get it.
What? I
want him to shadow you in all the classes, and then I want you to tutor him, okay?
Everyone knew Colin was a complete jerk who only cared about throwing wild parties. But I couldn't let Mr. Smith down, so I said yes. But I instantly regretted it. Tutoring Colin was a nightmare. He never listened. And even worse, he had no interest in learning anything.
To do this experiment, we need to add a few drops of this into this beaker.
Cool, like this?
No, not like that. You dingus.
Oops, my bad.
A week later, I immediately told Mr. Smith that I quit. Nothing was worth this stress. I was in the bathroom cleaning the chemicals from my hair when Colin barged into the girls' bathroom.
I suppose you can't read either.
Yo, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. You're the best tutor I ever had. Please don't give up on me.
And why should I help you?
I'm glad you asked. I asked Mr. Smith to let us work in the lab after school for some credit. Please come today and I'll prove it. I need that scholarship.
At first, I wanted to run out the window, but I decided to give him a chance, and after school, I popped into the lab. To my surprise, Colin had washed all the beakers and cleaned the workstation.
Okay, fine. You get one more chance.
Colin then became a better student and a friend. We hung out all the time, and he was so easy to talk to. One day after studying, we went to his house to chill. His home was like a Disney castle.
Wow. What exactly do your parents do?
My parents are tech people. They're rarely home, so the guys from school always hang out here.
At first, it was just us and a few guys from school playing Monopoly by the pool. But slowly, more people started to show up. Someone came with a loudspeaker. And just like that, a simple hangout turned into a full-blown rave. Colin tried to keep everything under control, but as if. And a few hours later, the cops showed up, and everything went to hell. Turns out someone had complained about the noise.
Do you have any idea how it felt to get a call from the police about you?
Mom, I can explain.
I don't want to hear it. You're grounded, and I'm so disappointed in you.
I could hear my heart shatter into pieces. All my life, I've been nothing but perfect. But the one time I make a mistake, my mom doesn't believe me. No wonder my dad left. My mother was selfish and cold-hearted, and I was done with it. The next day at school, I had a plan to drive her crazy.
Hey, Mia. I'm so sorry about yesterday. Everything just got out of hand.
I know.
When I wasn't tutoring Colin, I went to parties with him. One night, I snuck out to a party with Colin. We stopped at a store to get some burgers after dancing all night. But then I saw something that rocked my core.
Dad?
Babe, who is this, and why is she calling you Dad?
And that's when I saw the woman and the little girl standing next to him. And then, my father looked me dead in the eye and uttered words that changed my life forever.
I have no clue who she is.
I froze. I refused to believe my eyes. I watched them as they walked to their car. The man lifted the little girl and put her on his shoulder. I was super shocked. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that was just a look-alike. But then he turned to me and looked me in the eye. I saw him mouth the words, "I'm sorry." I hit the ground and fainted. When I woke up, I was in the hospital and my mom was standing over me.
Oh, thank goodness you're awake. What were you doing in that store? Start explaining yourself.
Please, can we just go home?
For weeks, I moved around like a zombie. I couldn't eat or sleep. And worst of all, I couldn't tell anyone what I saw. It had to be a lie. I spent all my time holed up in my room, and my mom got so worried that she took time off work to take care of me. But I couldn't bring myself to talk to her. One day at school, the principal announced a father-daughter dance at the assembly, and all the emotions I had been bottling up just exploded in my chest. I started to cry in front of everyone. I ran out of the assembly as fast as I could. I ran to the gym and hid under the bleachers, hoping no one would find me. But Colin did.
Hey, I was looking for you. What happened?
Seeing Colin release the waterworks again, and I told him everything.
You and I are alike. A lot. Do you know why my parents are rarely home? My parents got divorced, and my mom became a jet-setting Instagram queen to deal with the divorce.
Oh, Colin, that's awful.
Yeah. For a long time I thought that I kept doing outrageous stuff, thinking I could get them to care about me. But then I met a girl that made me realize that I was just hurting myself. My parents are happy in their new lives, but I was ruining my future to prove a point. At least you have a mom who still cares.
Dumb as he was about chemistry, he had a point. His words lifted my spirits, and I was so happy that I leaned over and kissed him. After that, I ran home. I was finally ready to talk to my mom. I saw Dad, I told her as I walked into her room. My mother froze.
He was with a child who's at least 6 years old, but he left 3 years ago.
My mother nodded her head slowly, and I had the answer had been dreading. My beloved father was a cheat. I immediately ran to the toilet and threw up. Everything I knew about him was a lie.
I wanted to tell you, but I thought maybe you still needed to think of him as your hero. When your dad was here, he didn't work, Mia. I did everything I had to provide and take care of the home, too. It was too much. I begged him to work so I could work less and get to spend more time with you. But he refused. Then I found out about the baby. He was taking care of his new family with my money. I forgave him because I thought you still needed him, but one night he just left. I'm so sorry.
I pretended like he didn't know me. Mom!
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. You're the best daughter anyone could ask for, and it's his loss that he isn't here for you, but I am. And I promise, starting now, I'll be even more present.
I would love that.
We can start by talking about that boy that took you to the hospital that day. He's cute.
Mom and I laughed together. For the first time, I knew we were going to be okay. Heck, we were going to be better than the relationships I saw on TV. No matter how tough and challenging life may get, love and understanding from family are the most important things. Even when you feel lonely or disappointed, never give up hope, because love and support can heal all wounds. Hi, my name is Sarah. And my mom is my best friend. She's amazing. She's a doctor, and she's raising me all by herself. She gives me everything I could want and need. I want to be just like her when I grow up. Do you look up to your mom too? Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks! I couldn't wait for school to end. It was my birthday the next day, and Mom said that I was going to get the newest smartwatch after her shift at the hospital, a few blocks away from the mall, when her phone rang.
Dr. Johnson,
A panicky voice from the car speaker said,
Jade is giving birth right now. We're not going to make it to the hospital.
Mom quickly turned a corner. She told the man that she was on her way.
Sorry, honey. It's a good thing that we're close to their house. We can go shopping after.
I quickly nodded. My mom made another call and instructed the hospital to send an ambulance right away. Mom stopped the car and jumped out. I followed her into the house. A very pregnant woman was kneeling beside the couch, and there was a puddle of water under her legs. Mom ran over to the woman and asked her husband for some clean towels.
It's all right, Jade. I'm here, and it's time for you to push.
I watched in awe by the door. The woman was crying and pushing and screaming. Her husband was sweating and running around with a ton of towels. It was chaos. My mom was the only calm person in the room. Suddenly, I heard another sound break through the screens and pants. It was the sound of a crying baby.
She's here. Your daughter has arrived.
Mrs. Jade gasped when my mom handed her the baby. My jaw dropped when I realized that I'd just seen one being born. It was scary and incredible at the same time. The ambulance arrived a few minutes later, and my mom gently patted Jade's hand.
Everything's fine.
She added with a gentle smile.
I'll check in on you at the hospital.
We headed back to our own car. Mom said that we'd have to go home first so she could change.
Are you all right, honey? You look pale.
I guess I did. I was still in shock. You were amazing, Mom. You didn't freak out at all. That woman looked like she was in so much pain. But the moment you handed her the baby, it seemed like she forgot about everything else. My mom squeezed my hand.
That's how I felt when I gave birth to you. It's joy and pain all at once, and it's all worth it, especially if your child ends up being a wonderful daughter like you.
She added that around 250 babies are born every minute. Wow, that means that there are 250 soon-to-be mothers going into labor right now. I gasped. No wonder my mom was doing so well as an obstetrician. She delivered a new baby every few days. Mom headed for the shower as soon as we got home. While I waited for her, the phone rang. It was my dad. You're not going to believe what I saw today. And I told him about watching my mom do her work. Dad laughed and proudly proclaimed that my mom was amazing.
When your brother Josh was born, Emma was screaming and miserable too, until she held him in his arms. When can you come and visit anyway? He misses you already.
I promised that I would visit my dad and his new family soon. I loved playing with my half-brother Josh. He was so cute. My dad's wife, Emma, wasn't so bad, but it still bugged me that my parents had never married, and Emma wasn't half as amazing as my mom. After a few weeks, Mom came home looking very excited.
I got promoted. I'm going to be head of the department.
I was so happy for her, and when I found out she wasn't going to be working as much, I was so happy for me too. It meant that we could spend more time together. It was great. We had picnics and played frisbee in the front yard. I was standing by the porch when the frisbee came whizzing my way. I jumped, but I must have landed wrong. The next thing I knew, a lump appeared on my forehead.
Sarah?
Mom cried as she ran towards me. I think I hit my head on the edge of the step. It really hurts. Mom cleaned up my wound. She said it wasn't deep and I just needed to apply pressure to it. She made me some of my favorite mac and cheese and sent me to bed early that night. I remember thinking that I was the luckiest girl in the world for having such an amazing mother. But sadly, our fun times ended that day. The next few months were busy time at the hospital. Mom was rarely home. She left early and came home late. I started to complain about never seeing her anymore. She still keeps giving me gifts, but I didn't want a new camera or another new phone. I just wanted her. I couldn't talk to her anymore because she never had time for me. When I turned 14, things got even worse. Mom couldn't be with me on my birthday. I had to stay with my dad for a few days while Mom was at a conference. I could see that Emma was trying to be nice, but I didn't want her. I wanted my mom.
I made your favorite, mac and cheese.
She proudly said. I took a bite, but I spit it out immediately. Ew! This tastes gross. It's not like Mom's mac and cheese at all. Dad got mad when I said that I gave him the side eye while he and Emma played with little Josh. If he hadn't married that awful Emma, he would have married my mom, and maybe she wouldn't have to work so hard all the time. I was counting down the hours until Mom arrived to pick me up. Then the phone rang. It was Mom, but she said she was running late. I got so mad at her for making me wait again. When I get home, she said,
We'll go on a vacation, just the two of us. Okay? I promise. You're gonna have a great time.
But I was sick of her promises. I don't believe you anymore. I don't care if you don't ever come home. When you're here, you don't even notice me. I wish you weren't my mother. I slammed the phone down and ran to my room. I was so mad at everyone. Dad tried to talk to me, but I didn't open the door. Finally, he left. But after an hour, he was back again.
Sarah!
He cried with a voice I'd never heard him use before.
We have to go to the hospital.
I couldn't believe my ears when he explained that Mom was in the hospital. She had gotten into a car crash just an hour ago. But I just talked to her. I cried. I was so scared the whole time in the waiting room. I was terrified for my mom. And deep down, I knew it was my fault. Mom probably got so upset after I screamed at her. That was the reason she got into a crash. I wanted to tell her that I didn't mean what I said. I wanted to tell her that I loved her so much they wouldn't even let me see her. An hour later, finally, a doctor came out and talked to us.
I'm sorry, she's in a bad way. We're doing everything we can, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You have to prepare yourself for the worst.
I turned to my dad. Well, what did he mean by that? I gasped. Dad couldn't even look me in the eye. He quietly told me to pray for Mom. I couldn't take it anymore. I knew my mom was suffering, and it was all my fault. I couldn't stop the tears. I stumbled away and ran as fast as my legs could take me to the exit. Outside, I found myself by a bus stop, and I got on the first bus that passed, not caring where it took me, as long as it was far away from here. Hours passed into days. I can't remember how I got where I was. The only real thing I felt was the hard bench I slept on and the gaping hole in my chest where my heart used to be. I was to blame for everything. It hurt so much to remember the last thing I said to her. How could I be such a terrible person after everything my mom had done for me? I was just sitting and staring into space when I heard the scream. Right in front of me, sprawled on the curb, was an older girl with a bleeding forehead. I jumped up and ran over to her. Hold still. Let me check if it's deep. Thankfully, the wound was shallow. I took off my jacket and told the girl to apply pressure on it. Then I asked if there was a place where we could wash it.
I sleep in the women's shelter. It's just a few blocks away.
The shelter was a dirty place, and it was very crowded. But at least there was running water and soap in the bathroom. After a while, the girl calmed down.
Thanks, I was so scared I thought I'd split my skull open.
For the first time in a long time, I smiled. It felt nice to help someone.
Do you have a place to stay? My name is Maggie. You can stay in the shelter with me if you want.
Maggie and I became friends. She brought me to a soup kitchen where we ate a hot meal. She led me to a church basement so I could find a jacket. Maggie was nice, and for a while I forgot that I was homeless and alone. But no matter what I did, I could never forget the last words I ever spoke to my mom. I told Maggie that I ran away, but I didn't tell her why. Life went on that way for a long time. It was hard to accept my new life, but I had no other choice. The shelter was always full of girls who had run away or who were in trouble. There was a young mom named Stella who had a little boy. She said that she used to have a small apartment and that she worked 3 jobs just to pay for rent and food. But it wasn't enough. She lost her home, and now she was struggling to feed her little boy.
But no matter where we end up, as long as my baby Jasper is with me, we'll be fine.
I couldn't help but think about my mom when I looked at her. Mom worked so hard just to give me a good life. But I could see now that I was ungrateful, spoiled, and mean. If I'd been a better daughter, I would still be with her. A few months later, I noticed that Maggie had started throwing up a lot. At first, I thought she had food poisoning. It's not the food.
I think I'm pregnant.
I was shocked. Maggie was just a few years older than me. How was she going to have a baby in this situation? Poor Maggie was miserable the whole time. She was too tired and too weak to do anything. All she did was sleep while her belly grew bigger. I did everything I could just to make life easier for her, but Maggie was having a really hard time with her pregnancy. Thankfully, the shelter allowed her to stay. They told me that I could stay for as long as I liked too. But that was because I was the only one who could tie a bandage or examine the injuries of girls who just arrived. We became family, but I never really belonged there. Monsters like me don't deserve to belong anywhere. Another few months went by. Then one night, Maggie woke up everyone with her screams.
It hurts so bad.
She yelled. The other girls shrank back in fear, but I couldn't. Maggie was my friend. I held her hand while she screamed in pain. Then her water broke.
How? I think the baby is coming now.
I was terrified, but I was the only one who could help her. I asked the girls to find clean towels. As I looked at Maggie's anguished face, I remembered the other woman, Jade. My mom delivered her baby in the living room. It's all right, Maggie, I'm here, and it's time for you to push. She did, over and over again. In a matter of minutes, the baby came. I wrapped the baby in a clean towel and handed it to her. Like Jade, she forgot that she had just been screaming a few seconds ago. She forgot that she was in a shelter. She forgot that she was broke. All that mattered was that little baby in her arms. I couldn't believe what I'd just done. And I couldn't believe the transformation on Maggie's face. I was so relieved when someone said that the ambulance was here. Maggie kept insisting that I go to the hospital with her. Then the doctors checked her and the baby out. After a few moments, the doctor came to talk to me.
Maggie said that you delivered her baby. How old are you?
I told her I was only 16. To be honest, I was so scared. It happened so quickly, but now I'm just exhausted. The doctor laughed and told me that I did a good job. I felt really proud. Then I wondered if my mom would have been proud of me too if she knew. Maggie went back to the shelter a few days later. She kept thanking me, and she said she'd name the baby after me. She also went back to her parents' house. It was different now that little Sarah was here. Then, she told me that a TV news crew had interviewed her at the hospital, and that's how her parents had found her. I think that's how my dad found me too. He and Emma arrived a few days later to take me home. My dad hugged me so tightly. I wanted to tell him about everything that had happened, but no words came out. I could only cry. Emma wiped away my tears.
It's time to go home now, Sarah.
And I nodded. So we got back into the car and drove home. But after a few hours, I realized that we weren't going back to their house. We were on a long road with big longs on both sides of the street. My breath caught in my throat. It looked like we were driving to the cemetery. I can't do this right now, I said, and I began to panic. My dad was firm.
It's time to face it. You've run away long enough.
I wanted to apologize to my mom, but I didn't think I was ready to see her grave.
Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Dad parked the car, and they led me towards a building. I was confused. Why was there a building in the middle of a cemetery? We walked down a series of corridors and knocked on a door. It took some time for it to open, but when it did, I gasped. Mom was inside. She was very thin, but she was alive. I'm so sorry. I gasped and I ran to hug her.
You've gotten so big. I was so worried about you. Please don't blame yourself for the accident,
Mom said, while she stroked my cheek.
A car crashed into mine while I was driving home. I can't walk anymore. But it's not your fault, Sarah.
Suddenly, Mom made a fist and banged it on the bed.
How I wish I could take care of you, but I can barely take care of myself.
I took Mom's hand. Even in her state, her main concern was taking care of me. Then everything I saw about mothers and their children flashed through my mind. Emma with Josh, Stella with her son, and even Maggie with her new daughter. Mom, it's time to go home together. You looked after me better than any mom ever could, and now it's time for me to do the same for you.
Hola, me llamo Pipaluk y soy de Groenlandia. Por favor, denle like y suscríbanse. Crecí en un pequeño pueblo con mi increíble mamá soltera, quien era granjera. No teníamos mucho, pero éramos muy felices. Ella era mi mejor amiga. Una vez, cuando tenía 5 años, estábamos en un funeral y de repente grité: ¡Puac, mamá, te tiraste un pedo! Al voltear a verla, su cara estaba roja como un tomate.
Claro que no. Esta niña tan chistosa. Jamás en mi vida.
Mentira, mamá. Siempre te escucho hacerlo.
Pipaluk, basta.
¡Apestosa! ¡Mentira! ¡Pantalones en llamas! Para ese momento, todos estaban riendo a carcajadas mientras mi mamá me perseguía por todos lados y yo corría cantando: ¡Se tiró un pedo! ¡Se tiró un pedo! Obviamente me metí en un montón de problemas después, pero me di cuenta de algo. Hice reír a la gente y me encantó. Desde entonces me convertí en la bromista del pueblo. A mamá también le parecía muy gracioso, siempre y cuando no me burlara de ella. Una vez, cuando tenía 14 años, llevé a las vacas a pastar al campo y vi que un pájaro caía al suelo. Corrí hacia él y noté que estaba herido. Mientras intentaba curarlo, 2 chicas extrañas llegaron corriendo hacia mí.
Oye, boñiga de vaca, ese pájaro es mi presa, así que aléjate.
Sí, haz lo que mi jefa dice.
¿Lastimaron a esta pobre criatura? Métanse con alguien de su tamaño, bruja.
De acuerdo, tú lo pediste.
Con eso, me saltó encima y comenzamos a pelear. Le di una patada en el estómago y mientras gritaba de dolor, corrí hacia mi vaca y regresé a casa. Poco después, me di cuenta de que las 2 me habían seguido. Comenzaron a quejarse con mi mamá de que las había golpeado. ¿Ella empezó?
¡Oh, niña horrible! Creo que me reventaste el apéndice.
Sí, tía, vi cómo tu hija pateó a mi jefa. Espera, te lo mostraré.
Dio unos pasos hacia atrás y corrió directo hacia la chica mala, dándole una fuerte patada en el estómago.
¡Ay! ¡Idiota!
Jefa, lo siento. Perdón.
Mientras las 2 salían corriendo, mi mamá y yo no podíamos parar de reír. ¡Qué idiotas! Más tarde descubrí que eran niñas de ciudad que habían venido de excursión al pueblo. Gracias a Dios, no las volvería a ver. Días después, al regresar de la escuela, me sorprendió ver un auto grande frente a nuestra casa. Al entrar, vi a un hombre rico hablando con mamá.
Los doctores creen que ya es seguro que Pipaluk regrese a la ciudad. Nunca podré agradecerte lo suficiente por cuidar de mi hija.
Espera, ¿qué quieres decir?
Oh, Pipaluk, qué gusto verte. ¿Y qué grande estás?
¿Quién es usted? ¿Y qué está pasando, mamá? Y lo que dijo mamá después me cambió la vida por completo.
Él es tu verdadero papá, Pipaluk. Tu verdadera madre murió poco después de que nacieras. Tenías una enfermedad misteriosa y el doctor dijo que debías crecer en el pueblo hasta la adolescencia. Así que tu papá te dejó conmigo y ahora ha venido por ti.
¿Nunca pensaste en decírmelo? ¿Que soy otro animal en tu granja que cuidas y entregas cuando te da la gana? Pensé que eras mi mamá.
Lo siento, Pipaluk, pero no soy tu verdadera madre. Tu papá me dio dinero para cuidarte y ahora debes irte con él.
Sus palabras fueron un golpe muy duro para mí. Tenía que irme y lo hice con el corazón destrozado, pero mi papá parecía realmente amable y comencé a sentirme más cómoda con él. Sin embargo, me soltó otra bomba. Aparentemente, tenía una hermana también. Su nombre era N y era un año mayor que yo. Cuando llegué a mi nueva casa en la ciudad, que resultó ser una enorme mansión, mi papá me llevó adentro y le pidió a un sirviente que fuera a buscar a mi hermana. Y cuando ella entró, casi me da un infarto. Era una de las chicas que había conocido en el pueblo, la secuaz de la chica mala.
Boñiga de vaca, ¿qué haces aquí?
¿Ustedes ya se conocen?
Sí, conocí a Boñiga de vaca en un viaje escolar. ¿Por qué está aquí, papá?
Deja de llamarla así. Su nombre es Pipaluk, y te dije que iba a traer a tu hermana.
Sí, pero pensé que te referías a que me traerías un lindo perrito.
Papá le advirtió que me tratara bien, pero en cuanto salió del cuarto, Anne sacó su teléfono y llamó a la mandona.
Hola, jefa. Tengo noticias asquerosas. Papá me trajo una hermana, y es bosta de vaca. Sí, la misma del pueblo. Bueno, te mantendré informada. Cambio y fuera.
De todas las personas del mundo, me tenía que tocar esta loca como hermana. Era verano y la escuela aún no había empezado. Pensé que podría pasar tiempo con mi papá, pero casi nunca estaba en casa porque trabajaba mucho. Solo nos traía regalos cuando regresaba. Pero, aparte de eso, solo estábamos Anne y yo en casa, y traté de evitarla tanto como pude. Pasaron unas semanas, y papá organizó una cena elegante para unos invitados. Era la primera vez que iba a una fiesta como esa. De repente, Anne entró corriendo con unos regalos que papá había traído en su último viaje.
Papá, ¿tus regalos siempre son tan baratos? ¿Por qué me trajiste una calculadora si te pedí un celular nuevo? Ya verás cuando te robe el tuyo.
Un celular no cambiará tu calificación de matemáticas de una F, pero una calculadora tal vez te ayude a sacar una D. Ahora vete y déjame presentar a Pipaluk. Ven acá, cariño, les presento a mi hija, es muy inteligente.
Por primera vez sentí pena por Anne. Papá básicamente la llamó tonta delante de todos. Una semana después, empecé en la misma escuela que Anne. En cuanto entramos al edificio, corrió a buscar a su jefa, Diana. Ella sonrió con desprecio cuando me vio.
Mira nada más, te fue bastante bien, ¿no? Pero ni por un segundo creas que perteneces aquí. Siempre serás la salvaje e incivilizada cuya mejor amiga es una vaca. ¡Ja, ja, 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 ja!
Eso es un cumplido porque las vacas son increíbles. Y sí, tengo mucha suerte. ¿Soy lo suficientemente rica como para tener un zoológico privado para burros como tú? Los chicos alrededor se rieron y Diana se veía furiosa. Aparentemente, a muchas personas en la escuela no les gustaba Diana porque era muy desagradable. Pero conmigo fueron amables de inmediato. Hice un montón de amigos en poco tiempo porque siempre lograba hacer reír a la gente. Poco después me enteré de que habría un concurso de comedia en la escuela y me inscribí de inmediato. Justo entonces, Anne llegó corriendo, me empujó y escribió el nombre de Diana en la hoja también. Esa noche, mientras ensayaba mi rutina, noté que Anne estaba espiando desde la puerta. Oye, no puedes robarme los chistes para Diana.
Como si ella necesitara tus chistes. De todos modos, va a ganar.
¿Cómo puedes estar tan segura?
Mi gato me lo dijo. Los gatos son muy buenos prediciendo el futuro.
Ok, dime algo. ¿Por qué te gusta ser la secuaz de Diana? Eres tan bonita y rica como ella.
¿Estás loca? Diana es mucho más bonita que yo.
¿Quién dice eso?
Diana lo dice. Me lo ha dicho desde que éramos niñas y nunca me mentiría. Ahora, si me disculpas, tengo que practicar mi aplauso para mañana.
Esta chica estaba mal de la cabeza, pero comencé a darme cuenta de que no era malvada como Diana, solo muy tonta. Al día siguiente di lo mejor de mí en el escenario y conseguí bastantes risas. Luego fue el turno de Diana. Se subió al micrófono y dijo:
Hola, jueces. Antes de empezar, quiero decirles que soy la reina de la comedia más hermosa de la escuela.
De repente Anne soltó una carcajada.
Ja, ja, ja. Guau, qué chistoso.
Diana la fulminó con la mirada.
¿En qué estaba? Ah, sí, todos mis amigos dicen que tengo el mejor sentido del humor.
Ja, ja, ja. Dios mío, qué chiste. Me estás matando, Diana.
Y se rió tanto que se cayó de su silla. Todos empezaron a reír también y Diana se veía súper avergonzada. Gritó y saltó del escenario detrás de Anne, quien gritó:
¿Qué, jefa? Tú me dijiste que me riera.
Más tarde, cuando anunciaron los resultados, me declararon la ganadora. Corrí a casa feliz para contarle a papá, pero como siempre no estaba. Lo llamé por teléfono. Papá, no lo vas a creer. Gané el primer lugar en el concurso de comedia. Deberías haber visto cómo todos lo disfrutaron.
Oh, eso es genial, cariño.
Sí, papá. ¿Hola? ¿Me escuchas? Me colgó el teléfono. En ese momento extrañé muchísimo a mi mamá. ¿Ella habría estado tan orgullosa de mí? O probablemente no. Dijo que no era su hija y me hizo irme. Seguro tampoco le importaría. Al pasar frente al cuarto de Anne, la vi sentada en su cama llorando como una niña. Oye, ¿qué te pasa? ¿Puedo sentarme aquí?
Sí, siéntate, pero un poco lejos porque la jefa dice que la bosta de vaca apesta.
¡Ay, ya! Ahora dime, ¿por qué lloras? Es por Diana, ¿verdad?
Sí, hice lo que me dijo. Me reí de sus chistes para que ganara, pero ahora está enojada conmigo. Ni siquiera publicó mi video en su cuenta de TokTok hoy.
¿Qué video? ¿Qué cuenta? Anne me mostró la cuenta de TokTok de Diana, donde subía videos de Anne haciendo cosas absurdas, bailando en una mesa, saltando como rana en la calle, e incluso actuando como su perrito en un video. ¡Qué barbaridad! Diana estaba usando a mi hermana como burla para ganar seguidores. Anne, ¿no ves el problema con esto?
¿Qué problema? Diana me está haciendo famosa. Tal vez me haga tan popular que me contraten para películas de comedia algún día.
Anne solo miraba los likes de sus videos y sonreía. Diana era una completa bruja y tenía que pensar en alguna manera de darle una lección. Al día siguiente, entré a la cafetería con Anne y encontramos a Diana presumiendo frente a un grupo de chicas.
¿Es tu primera vez yendo a Francia? Ja, ja, perdedora. Yo he ido tantas veces. En realidad, estaba pensando en ir al desfile de moda en París este fin de semana, pero mi abuela murió anoche. Arruinó todos mis planes.
Y Anne empezó a gritar:
Oh, Dios mío, ¿qué? ¿Tu abuela murió anoche? Pero espera, hablé con ella esta mañana cuando llamé a tu casa. Esto no tiene sentido. Además, dijo que iban al pueblo el fin de semana.
La mentira de Diana quedó al descubierto y todos empezaron a reírse. Diana estaba furiosa.
No sabes nada porque eres una completa idiota. ¿Por qué no puedes cerrar la boca?
Diana levantó la mano para bofetearla, pero me interpuse y la empujé hacia atrás. No te atrevas a tocar a mi hermana. Mantente lejos de ella. Y no vuelvas a usarla para tus videos tontos ni para nada más. burra de corazón negro. La tiré al suelo y Anne también saltó sobre ella. Mientras las dos gritaban y forcejeaban, yo agarré el teléfono de Diana y borré su cuenta de TokTok junto con todos los videos. Nos suspendieron unos días por pelear con Diana, pero valió totalmente la pena. Papá no estaba enojado conmigo cuando se enteró, pero se volvió loco con Anne.
Ya de por sí no haces nada para que me sienta orgulloso, y ahora te suspenden. No sé qué hice para merecer una hija tan tonta como tú.
Anne se fue llorando a su habitación y me sentí terrible. Más tarde esa noche, decidí hablar con papá sobre no ser tan duro con ella. Entré a su estudio, pero él no estaba. En su lugar, encontré su laptop abierta con un correo de su abogado que me dejó en shock. El testamento de la madre de Pipaluk no puede ser cambiado. Ella es la única heredera de toda la fortuna de su madre, y usted, como padrastro, no recibe nada. Tendremos que encontrar otra forma de hacernos con el dinero de esa huérfana. Espera, ¿papá era mi padrastro? ¿Mi mamá me había dejado dinero y él intentaba robarlo?
¿Por qué estás husmeando?
¿Puedes explicar este correo, papá? ¿O debería decir padrastro?
Sí, no soy tu verdadero padre. Tu madre me dejó por otro hombre y te tuvo a ti. Pero luego ambos murieron y la policía te dejó conmigo porque no había nadie más. Te dejé en el pueblo con una mujer pobre que quería tanto un hijo que ni siquiera aceptó dinero. Solo te traje de regreso porque necesitaba que firmaras unos papeles, pero parece que no servirá de nada. Así que puedes regresar con tu madre idiota mientras resuelvo esto.
¿Y qué hay de mi dinero? ¿No puedes quedarte con él?
Oh, claro que puedo, y lo haré. ¿Qué vas a hacer al respecto?
No podía creer lo que estaba oyendo. Este hombre era pura maldad. Subí corriendo y empecé a empacar mis cosas. No pensaba quedarme ni un minuto más. Pero mientras bajaba, escuché las sirenas de la policía y vi que unos oficiales estaban en la puerta para arrestar a papá por robo y fraude.
¿Llamaste a la policía, Pipaluk?
No, fui yo. Escuché todo lo que hablaste con Pipaluk y envié tus correos a la policía.
¿Cómo pudiste hacerle esto a tu propio padre, Anne?
Porque eres un ladrón y tampoco eres un buen padre. Toda mi vida me dijiste que soy tonta y que no soy suficiente. Bueno, merezco algo mejor que tú. Llévenselo.
Los policías se lo llevaron y yo me giré para abrazar a Anne con fuerza. ¡Eres increíble, Anne!
Pero aún así, te vas a ir con tu mamá, ¿verdad?
No te llevaré conmigo. Mamá dijo que aceptó dinero para cuidarme, pero en el fondo sé que no es verdad. Tu papá la obligó a decir eso para que me fuera con él. Ella es la mejor mamá, Anne, y estoy segura de que te adorará también.
¿Estás segura?
100%, ¡vámonos!
When we were little, Bella and I used to sit pressed together, making up 1,000 little games.
One doll for you, one doll for me. That means we'll never be apart, okay? Stay strong.
Okay, I don't dream about those days much anymore. Right after that, our parents divorced and we were split up. But I always felt Bella with me the same way I was always with her. Anyway, hi, I'm Stella. Yes, that's Stella, the new Janet girl with a supermodel mom. It didn't take long before I became a real supermodel myself. I was literally partying while excitedly updating Bella about everything. We still talked all the time, even if we couldn't meet. So when Bella actually showed up at my door one day, I was literally speechless.
I was hoping I could stay with you for a while. I already talked to Dad, and I think he talked to Mom.
Yes, come in. Just like that, we were living together again, like when we were little.
Wait, is that our doll? It still looks new, and it even smells.
Of course I took care of it. It's our memory. To make up for lost time, I took Bella everywhere. Parties, spas, restaurants, malls. Here, try this outfit. It totally suits you. Your clothes look prehistoric.
I can't. It's too expensive. I don't have.
Your sister is loaded, babe. When Bella stepped out of the fitting room, everyone turned to look. She looked so soft, stylish, and beautiful. Like I was looking at another version of myself.
Your life is like a dream. If I'd followed you and Mom, maybe I'd be confident like you too. Don't have...
It's not too late. I'll show you everything. Let's live a little, okay? Bella seemed so enchanted with my life. And honestly, I understood. The supermodel world does look dazzling from the outside. And if Bella wanted to try it, I was happy to let her. But after a few days, I got sick.
See? It's because you never eat. Here, drink pumpkin soup.
I can't. I'm the vedette in Lucas' show tonight. I have to go.
Then I'll go for you. We look exactly...
You think you can?
Just teach me what I need. It's one show. I'll try my best.
So I rushed through a mini catwalk crash course. After just a bit of coaching, she was strutting like someone who trained for years. Just don't get too close to Lucas, okay? He and I aren't exactly what it looks like. Bella came home later, all bright and cheerful.
I tried my best. Lucas helped a lot. I think it went well, right?
Then Lucas texted me.
You are different today, but great.
I gave Bella a big thumbs up. She earned it. But after that, Bella started acting strange.
You're still tired. Let me take your gigs for now. I don't want to live off your money. I want to earn and pay you back.
So I let her take my smaller shows. No one noticed. I got to rest. Bella got to shine. Well, it's a win. Win? Until one day, I was walking to work and saw Bella. I didn't ask her to cover today, so why was she there? Getting really close to Lucas with that uneasy feeling, I hid and tried calling her, only to watch her kiss Lucas instead. And he kissed her back, soft and familiar, like they'd done it a dozen times already. I froze. Everything inside me just stopped.
Hi sis, I'm at home. When are you coming back?
I'm right behind you. I saw everything. Come home now. For the first time ever, we fought. I kept demanding answers. Bella kept dodging, pale and shaking.
I just wanted to help. I was acting like you. I kissed so he wouldn't suspect.
I haven't even held his hand, and you went to my job without asking? Bella, you should go back to Dad's. I grabbed her stuff, walked her out, and didn't listen to another word. But the next morning, Bella just showed up at my company like nothing ever happened, smiling, waving, acting all sunshine.
Hi everyone. I'm Bella, Stella's twin sister. I want to become a model just like her. I'll do my best.
And what was I supposed to do? Drag her out by the ponytail? So yeah, she stayed. And just like that, Bella officially became a TR trainee model at my agency. And to be fair, she was talented. Like, naturally talented. Her progress was super fast. However, it felt intentional. Bella kept finding ways to use people to make things harder for me and push me to the outside. She still acted sweet and fragile on the surface, but behind it, there were plans.
I'm just so clumsy. I'm not like Stella. She's always shining. I'll never be like her.
You've worked so hard. You are talented. Stella would be proud.
Hello! You saw that everyone adored her. The silent war between us kept growing. I corrected Bella strictly during practice. Bella, in return, tried to steal every spotlight. Whenever we walked the same runway, the tension was so obvious, it reached my mom, who was literally somewhere on her around-the-world soul-healing cruise. She rushed back just in time to stop me from almost tackling Bella backstage.
Enough. Why are you two fighting? And why are you here? Does your father know you're here?
I ran away. I don't want to live with Dad.
You can't just run away. You're coming home now.
Bella tried the tears again, dramatic trembling lip, watery eyes, but Mom didn't budge, and then Bella snapped. It's the first time I'd ever seen her like that.
I don't want to. I want to live with you. I want a life like Stella's. She gets everything. Success, love, attention, and I get nothing.
That was the legal agreement. 1 child each.
Then let's do a catwalk battle. If I win, I stay with you.
So, yeah, we actually competed. Sister-verse. Sister, just to prove who could shine brighter. Bella gave everything she had, and she wasn't bad. She was actually really good. The girl was talented, no doubt. But when I stepped onto the runway, the whole crowd lit up. The confidence, the presence, the experience. I got them all. I walked like I owned that stage. I felt like a queen out there. Yeah, it wasn't exactly hard to see who won. Bella packed her things quietly and left, just like she promised. Life went back to normal, except some things felt off. You miss Bella?
No, I'm not like that. It's just, she's different. There were moments I thought had feelings for you, but when Bella was around...
Oh, yeah. I let her pretend to be me a few times. I just didn't want to go to work. Lucas froze. Then everything clicked for him. We both realized our relationship was kind of a misunderstanding. So we broke up because we just weren't right for each other.
I think Bella was jealous of you. She's been lonely for a long time. Maybe try talking to her.
Nope, no thank you. Absolutely not. I was done caring about Bella. Or so I said, but I still went to check if she made it home safely. Wait, where's Dad?
They went on a family trip.
And you didn't go?
They didn't want me there. Not the first time. I'm used to it.
Hearing that, I dragged myself into Bella's tiny, worn-out room, and little by little, things started making sense. My eyes landed on a doll placed carefully on her bed in the cleanest, brightest corner of the whole room.
I'm not as good at keeping it nice as you. Mine looks kinda worn out. I'm sorry for always being jealous, even when you tried your best for me.
By the time I reached the doorway, I was still stunned. I realized I never really understood Bella. I always acted on my ideas, always talked about my feelings, always assumed I was giving her the best. But maybe she needed something else. But what she needed was love, someone who stays, someone who sees her without thinking. I grabbed her hand. Come on, let your twin sister take you out. Dad was furious this time when he realized Bella had disappeared again. He is just mad we didn't consider him twice. It bruised his ego, that's all. The real challenge was convincing Mom. She was torn because of all those very serious divorce agreements. You know, the whole grown-up responsibility thing. So I cried, I begged, I told her everything. Bella had gone through every little lonely corner of her life.
I know, but your father isn't doing so badly that I can just break the agreement and take both of you.
He doesn't care about her, Mom. Not really. I'll work harder. I'll cut back on shopping. I swear I'll support Bella. I'll be her stability. Mom finally agreed, though she looked exhausted just thinking about it.
But listen, if you two fight again, you're going to live separately. I mean it.
So, yeah, we definitely had to make sure that didn't happen. I helped Bella however I could. She cut ties with Dad's side and focused completely on becoming a real model, and she was rising fast.
Hi, I'm Megan. Please like and subscribe. My American mom met my dad in London when she studied piano at university, and they got married and then had my older sister Susie. They moved back to the States so Mom could work on her career and then had me. Then they started having problems, and my dad thought it would be best to move back to London. But for some reason, Dad only loved Susie and ignored me all the time. On my 5th birthday, Dad bought her a PlayStation and beautiful dresses while I only got a grumpy look from him.
But Dad, it's my birthday. Why didn't you get me anything? Don't you love me?
Oh, stop being such a crybaby. I told you, Mum. I only wanted one child. Susie was enough for me. But no, you had to come along.
Seriously, he was such a jerk. And Susie always made sure to remind me she was his favorite. But thankfully, I had Mom and she loved me to bits. Then one night when I was 8, Susie and I heard Mom and Dad fighting like crazy.
I know that child ain't mine. I know you cheated on me, you awful woman.
OMG! Is that why Dad hated me all this time? Because I wasn't his daughter? Dad stormed out of the house with his bags and didn't even stop for Susie as she called out to him. I hugged Mom and cried, but she convinced me that he was crazy and we were better off without him. But there was someone who was super pissed. Susie!
Dad left because of you! You're the reason for everything bad, Megan! And I'm gonna kick you out of our lives for good and bring him back!
I thought she was just going to be mad for a while, but the next day, I screamed when I went into the bathroom. Stuck on the mirror was my head, cut out from a photo showing my face with my eyes poked out and a tomato nose. Of course, it was Susie. I found more of those pictures all around the house, and I showed them to Mom, and she grounded her. Over time, I grew even closer to Mom, and she discovered that I was great at playing the piano, just like her. She started teaching me, and by 7th grade, I was good enough to be selected as the key player of the school's music team. But Susie just couldn't live with that. On the day of the program, when I went on stage, I saw that my music notes had been burned. There was only a heap of ash on the piano with a note, "Hope you fail and keep failing for the rest of your life. You don't deserve happiness." Susie was a psycho, and I was gonna kill her. I nervously started playing the music from memory, and everyone in the audience loved my performance. Except for Susie, of course. She looked fuming mad. As soon as I got home, I confronted her. "What's wrong with you? Don't you think it's time to find something to do with your life, besides being a pain in my butt?"
My life! You ruined my life, my happiness, my family! I'm not gonna let you breathe in peace, Megan. Just you watch and wait.
OMG! She was unbelievable. But then what happened next shocked me even more. My left hand suddenly grabbed her hair and smashed her face into the cake Mom got to congratulate me. She screamed as loud as she could, and Mom came running.
"What did you do now, Susie?"
But it wasn't Susie this time. It was me. and I had no idea what had just happened. I ran out of there all confused. A few days later, I was taking my math test in class, but I couldn't figure out any of the answers. I started to panic when suddenly my left hand grabbed the test paper of the girl sitting next to me. She screamed in shock. And up next,
detention.
What the freaking heck? What was wrong with my hand? Susie couldn't wait to break the news to Mom. As soon as we reached home, she started screaming.
Look, Mom! Your favorite has made you so proud. She got detention for cheating.
Mom looked at me in shock, but I just ran up to my room. Later that evening, I told her what had been happening with my hand. And the next day, she took me to the doctor. And it turned out I had a strange condition called alien hand syndrome, where my left hand acts like it has a brain of its own.
It's more likely to get out of control when you're experiencing extreme emotions like stress.
What then? What about my career as a pianist? I freaked out, and my left hand smashed the doctor's instruments into the wall. I decided to keep it a secret from Susie because I didn't want her to tell the world that I was a freak. I thought my life was just ruined. But at least I had my best friend Max. He never visited me at home anymore because once Susie had put so many chilies in his food, he ended up in the hospital. I didn't tell him about my hand, but he could tell I was bummed out. So he took me out for ice cream that evening. As we were walking back home, he suddenly turned to me.
You have ice cream on your nose. Do you mind if I...
Saying that, he moved closer, and my heart started beating a bit faster. Oh, what was he doing? He leaned in to kiss me, and I ended up slapping him really hard. Not my freaking alien hand again? Oh, Max, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to. It's just,
No, it's my fault. I should have asked you first. I'm sorry.
Saying that he ran off, I felt so terrible. A couple of days later, I was looking for him everywhere to apologize, and I found him making out with some girl in the music hall who was none other than freaking Susie. Oh my God, Max, why are you kissing my sister?
What are you, the kissing police? I can kiss whoever I want. You missed your chance when you slapped me.
Oh, you obviously deserved more than that.
Whoa, whoa! Easy there, Hulk! He's my boyfriend and we've been dating for a whole day now!
Susie, you know he's my best friend. Why are you such a jerk?
Jerk? You're the jerk here. Always wanting to take away my happiness. I'm not gonna let you do it, Megan, so keep your paws off him.
Saying that, she grabbed his hand and stormed out of the music hall. She just wanted to take away everything from me, even my best friend. Days passed, and I focused more on my music. In the 10th grade, I had a chance to audition for a spot at the best music academy in the country. I was super excited for it. I reached the venue an hour early, but as I was waiting for Mom backstage, Susie called me on my cell phone, and she was crying hysterically.
Megan, you have to hurry! Mom met with an accident on her way to you, and she's in the hospital now!
Did that witch really think I'd believe her? But I called Mom 10 times, and she just wouldn't answer. That's when I started to panic, so I quickly hailed a cab and rushed to the hospital. Halfway through, I suddenly got a call from Mom.
Honey, my phone was on silent, and I didn't even know. I just saw all your calls. I'm at the venue. Where are you?
OMG! I couldn't believe Susie had played me. I got stuck in traffic on the way back, and I arrived 10 minutes late for my performance. As the judges glared at me, I sat down shakily and tried to calm down, but I was so flustered. The performance started out fine, but only after a few minutes, my left hand went bonkers and it turned into a complete nightmare. As people started to laugh, I ran off the stage in tears. I was so embarrassed and furious at Susie. She was so cruel. When Mom and I got home, I walked straight to Susie and slapped her hard in the face. I can't believe you'd stoop so low to hurt me. You ruined my performance. Do you have any idea how important it was for me?
Yeah, I do! And I don't care. Just like you, people don't care about me. Mom has always loved you and supported you. But me? After Dad left, she just abandoned me.
Oh, honey, what are you talking about? I love you as much as I love Megan. But you always pushed me away and I felt you hated me.
Oh yes, I do hate you. I hate you for making me feel left out.
You two even have your own little secrets, don't you? Yes, I know all about Megan's condition, and I was just waiting to use it against her at the right time, and it all worked out wonderfully.
I was about to attack her again, but Mom stopped me, and Susie stormed off. I was never going to speak to that witch again, ever. But I could still annoy the heck out of her. I hooked up my piano to some large speakers and played like crazy day and night right outside her room. I started making videos of myself while playing and uploading them on my YouTube channel. Once, I even composed a song especially dedicated to her.
No, any Susie, just be aware, even if she's your sister. Please take care. My sister can't see me happy.
The next day, I had hundreds of comments on that video. People loved my little composition, and they even sent me sympathetic messages about their own mean sisters. And a few days later, I got an email from a famous music producer saying he saw some real talent in me and that he'd like me to work with him on a new album. What? Could it be that I was dreaming? This was insane! Soon after, my first album came out and it became a huge hit, and I was on freaking Cloud 9. After that, I was playing at concerts and even went on a music tour with Taylor Swift. Then one day, the bell rang and Susie opened the door. I went running when I heard her screams. Standing in the doorway was Dad.
OMG, Dad! I knew you'd come back for me. I missed you so much. What took you so long?
But suddenly, he just pushed Susie aside and came running to me.
Oh, my daughter! My lovely, talented, famous daughter! I knew you'd make me proud one day.
What are you saying, Dad? I'm your daughter, Susie, the one you love the most.
You're not my daughter. You're the reason I left this house in the first place. 'Cause you aren't my own blood.
What? This was crazy! All this while I thought I wasn't his kid, but turns out Susie wasn't. She burst into tears when she heard this, but Dad wouldn't stop.
I don't know whose worthless child you are. Megan is my only daughter.
Just stop it, Dad. You're not Susie's dad, and you're not mine either. You never loved me, and then you just abandoned us all. You're not fit to be anyone's dad, and don't you dare talk to my sister that way. Just then, Mom stepped in, looking furious.
You crazy, horrible man! I never cheated on you, and they're both your daughters, but you wouldn't believe me. Well, you don't deserve either of them, you selfish creature.
Dad looked at Susie and said that he loved her and that she needed him.
You only came to get Megan's money? You never loved me, and I blame Megan for it. I thought she was the reason why you left me. But I realize now, you're just a terrible gold digger, Dad, and I don't want to see your face again. So leave, now!
And then Susie kicked him out of the house.
I'm so sorry, Megan. I was so mean to you all this time. I was such a moron for treating you like an enemy. And I don't deserve to be your sister. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm very sorry.
Everything you did to me affected me badly. I don't know if I'm ready to forgive you, but I believe in second chances. I really hope you change, but for now, we can start with a hug. Susie hugged me, and Mom joined us.
I love you, my precious daughters. Everything will be fine as long as we're together.
Hi, I'm Rowan, the first redhead. My dad was the governor. I always knew how lucky I was. A happy life and a loving family. My parents supported everything I loved. I still remembered when Dad ordered me a full set of paintbrushes all the way from Italy. My dream was to become a world-famous artist. Literally everyone knew that, even Iris. Ah, she's also a girl with red hair. Iris was gentle and sweet, even though kids at school could be brutal. When they found out her mom worked night shifts as a nurse, and she didn't have a dad picking her up, I still remember how Iris would laugh it off, then quietly cry in the bathroom later.
I don't get why you still hang out with me. Your life is way too different.
Because you're my friend, that's it.
I mean, Rowan, thank you. You really matter to me.
Iris already had so little, so I always tried to treat her extra kindly. She slept over at my house a lot, usually because her mom was working the night shift at the hospital.
My mom says thanks for letting me sleep here again.
And my mom said to just treat this place like your home. One night, we sat in the garden drinking warm tea while waiting for shooting stars.
Look. Oh, I wish I'd become an actress on real screens. Big ones.
And I'll be an artist with paintings. Everyone in the world knows we're gonna make it, right?
When we're famous, we won't forget each other.
Always. High school started and we grabbed attention on day 1. People recognized us.
Are you guys the Leap Day twins?
The red-haired girls.
For weeks, students kept coming up to us just to take photos with us. Iris loved it, the attention, the admiration, all of it. She smiled more and got more confident every day. Me? Whenever I could, I'd slip away to some quiet hallway or hidden corner to get lost in my paintings. That's how I found that garden. It wasn't crowded, but the flowers were beautiful. Every afternoon, I'd take my canvas there and paint whatever my heart wanted. But sometimes I felt it, like someone was watching me around. Then the attention slowly faded. People stopped talking about the redhead duo, and life went back to normal.
This sucks. It's like we don't even exist anymore.
I just laughed. Honestly, I liked the piece. One day, in the school bathroom, I overheard 2 girls talking. I wasn't really paying attention until I heard our names.
Honestly, Iris is only known because she looks like Rowan.
Exactly. Without Rowan, she's nothing. Leap Day twins, please. One's the original, the other's just a copy. I took a breath, stepped out of the stall, and looked straight at them. You don't get to talk about Iris like that. They froze, muttered some awkward apology, and rushed out. Thank goodness Iris didn't hear. My fragile best friend did not deserve that. That afternoon, my art teacher asked me to stay after class. She smiled and slid an envelope toward me.
This is an exchange program in Italy. They only accept a few students every year. You should think about it.
My hand shook as I opened it. I read it again and again just to make sure it was real. An art school in Italy. It felt like my dream was finally being seen. When I walked out, Iris was waiting. I thought she'd smile, scream, freak out with me like best friends do. But instead, her face slowly fell.
If you leave, I don't think I can handle it.
Those words hit way harder than I expected. We'd once promised each other under the stars that our future always included both of us. And yeah, I only had one best friend. Opportunities would come again if I was really good enough. So in the end, I turned the offer down. In the days after that, I kept going back to the garden to paint. That's when I realized I wasn't alone. Through the ivy, I caught someone watching me, a really good-looking guy. Sketchbook on his lap, pencil moving slowly, and trying terribly hard not to look embarrassed that I noticed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I come here to draw too.
What are you drawing? He hesitated, then turned the sketchbook around. You drew me?
I'm sorry I didn't ask first. I just liked how calm you looked, like you forgot the whole world even existed.
I thought I'd be mad or call him a creep or something, but instead I laughed. Jeez Louise, I'd never even thought of myself as pretty like that. I'm Rowan.
You can call me Elliot.
We sat there for a while, talking about art, somehow totally in sync. Then we talked about everything else. Little by little, that garden became our spot. I smiled every time I knew I'd see him. My heart felt lighter around him.
You've been smiling a lot lately. That's weird.
I told Iris about the garden and about Elliot because that's what best friends do, right? She listened at first, then frowned.
Are you sure he really likes you? I mean, guys like that usually aren't serious.
Elliot's not like that.
People who pay that much attention, they are never simple. Just be careful, okay? I don't want you hurt.
She squeezed my hand. I smiled back. Maybe she was right. I didn't even know Elliot that well yet. A few days later, Iris asked me to walk home so we could stop for ice cream. Halfway there, she suddenly froze.
Wait, look.
I followed her gaze, and my chest heightened. On the other side of the street, Elliot was carrying a girl on his back. Her arms were loosely around his shoulders. Her head rested against his neck.
Rowan, look at them. I didn't want to say anything before, but I had a bad feeling.
After that, I avoided him everywhere. There was no reason to talk to him anymore. One afternoon, in an empty hallway, someone grabbed my shoulder and turned me around. Elliot.
Why are you avoiding me? What did I do wrong?
I saw you with your girlfriend. You were carrying her.
She wasn't my girlfriend, just a stranger who got hurt. She asked me for help.
He's totally gonna lie. Trust me. He'll say he was just helping someone in need. No guy ever admits the truth. Stay sharp.
And Rowan, I should tell you, Iris texted me. She flirted with me. She knows about us, and...
Stop. He looked right into my eyes, waiting. My mind spun. Iris had been my best friend for 17 years, and Elliot, I'm so sorry, I have to go. I went back to spending time with Iris like before. From the outside, nothing changed. but the easy happiness I once felt around her was gone. Then something wild happened. A TV network wanted to make a teen movie inspired by the red-haired Leap Day girls. They wanted me and Iris to play twins.
Please.
But my first instinct was to say no. That life wasn't mine.
This is my dream, to be an actress on big screens.
For a second, I thought about my art dream, the one I'd already sacrificed. But the joy in her eyes made me feel selfish for even hesitating. I had to support her, right? The audition took place in a real studio, and Iris was shaking with excitement. They gave us the script right before we went in. I skimmed it and frowned. The scene they wanted was a fight between the twins.
We want it to feel real. Don't hold back.
We started acting. Iris's voice trembled like she was really emotional. Then it happened. She slapped me. It wasn't in the script. The slap was hard. My cheeks burned hot. The whole studio went silent.
Amazing. So real.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Rowan, I didn't mean to hit that hard. I was just acting.
Everyone laughed it off. The director looked thrilled. I nodded quietly, but I was the only one who saw her eyes at that moment. Cold, jealous, almost hungry. I couldn't recognize my best friend. The movie went ahead anyway. Months later, it premiered and blew up. Interviews, headlines, red carpets, everything hit at once. Iris was over the moon. She stepped forward a little more, answered first, glowed under the lights like a real star, and I was happy for her. The movie premiere press conference was loud and chaotic, with fans screaming and cameras flashing non-stop. A reporter pushed his mic forward from the crowd.
Iris, how do you feel about people saying you're just Rowan's shadow?
It was such a rude question. At first, I thought Iris would just ignore it.
I guess people don't really know what it feels like.
The room went quiet. Only the sound of cameras kept clicking.
I grew up. Poor kids at school made fun of me. They said I was just a copy.
That must have been really hard for you. Owen's shadow?
Yeah, I went through everything alone, and honestly, if I hadn't been strong enough, I don't think I'd even be here today.
I looked at Iris and shook my head slightly, silently begging her to stop, just for a second and remember us. Somehow, she erased me and my family from her past. She denied every bit of love we gave her. And just like that, I became the villain in her story. Her tears suddenly made everything crystal clear. Iris had been jealous for a long time. She was craving what I had, wanting me pushed down so she could rise. But I still stayed quiet. I stood up to leave. Then someone grabbed my hand. Elliot again.
Iris, I think you're only telling half the truth.
His voice was calm and steady, the way someone speaks when they've seen the whole picture. He talked about what really happened. The manipulation, the slow collapse of a friendship that once felt genuine but had been eaten away by jealousy.
Liar.
She lunged at him, yelling. Her face twisted with anger, and people rushed in to hold her back. Watching her struggle like that, I knew there was nothing left to save. A year later, the red-haired duo had quietly disappeared from the media. Iris moved back in with her mom, returning to the life she'd tried so hard to escape. Her dream didn't end because of poverty. It ended because jealousy had hollowed her out from the inside. The door swung open, and I couldn't help smiling when I saw his face.
Rowan, my love, I think it's time you moved somewhere new, just for us.
Where? Elliot set 2 envelopes on the table in front of me.
Italy.